Everyone. Good afternoon. I'm Rajul Pandya-Lorch. I serve as Chief of Staff in the Director General's Office and as the Acting Director of the Communications and Knowledge Management Division. I'm very pleased to welcome all of you to IFPRI, to the launch of the World Food Programme Report on World Food Assistance 2017, taking stock and looking ahead. We are absolutely delighted at IFPRI to host this launch event here, and would like to warmly thank our WFP colleagues for giving us the opportunity to do so. And a very special welcome back to Barry Omamo, back to IFPRI, and again, thank you for the opportunity to hold this event over here. We'd like to thank all of you joining here in person. We'd like to thank those of you who are joining us virtually via live stream. And we'd like to join those of you who are going to join us in the weeks and months to come as you watch the video of this wonderful event. We have a great program lined up for you, and it is a great pleasure for me to introduce our moderator today, Ugo Gentilini. He is Senior Economist in the Social Protection and Labor Global Practice at the World Bank. Ugo, we are in your capable hands. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Rajul. I'm Ugo Gentilini, as Rajul just said. It's a great pleasure to be here with you and moderate the discussion around this fascinating report. Just a couple of words before introducing the speaker and the discussants. I think that this report is both timely and relevant for a number of reasons. Timely because it comes at the moment when the FAO, WFP, and IFPRI have just released the new figures for undernourishment numbers around the world, which have seen an upsurge of about 40 million people between 2015 and 2016. But it's also very, very relevant for an array of reasons. Food security-related assistance represent about 40% of the humanitarian portfolio, and therefore food assistance is really important component of those activities. But also food assistance is part of national domestic social protection systems, and consider that about 1.5 billion people participate in some form of in-kind transfer program around the world as part of national safety net systems. And moreover, I think the report, the fact that it takes a broad approach to food assistance and it takes a food systems view of it, also really highlights the importance of connecting food assistance to broader agriculture-related objectives, and perhaps helping to initiate a conversation on what is the role of food assistance as part of the broader structural transformation process that countries are undergoing. So let me just introduce our speaker today. He needs no formal presentation at IFPRI, but Stephen Ware-Omamo, he serves in a dual role at WFP. One job is not enough for Ware. So he's both Deputy Director for Policy and Program and Coordinator of Food System Strategy. He was Director of the Global Engagement and Research Division at IFPRI and Director of Policy and Advocacy at AGRA, as well as Senior Research Fellow and Coordinator of the Eastern Africa Food Policy Network for IFPRI based in Kampala. Then our distinguished discussants, starting with Danielle Newton-Smith. She's Head of Policy Partnerships and Communications at the USAID Office for Food for Peace. She previously served as in the USAID's Bureau for Legislative and Public Affairs. She was Director for Global Trade and Agriculture Policy at Women's Rights Worldwide and a Senior Policy Analyst at Bread for the World. Welcome, Danielle. Next to her, we have Lex Kassenberg, who's a Senior Director of Emergency Humanitarian Assistance Team at CARE USA. He's an international aid worker with decades of experience. He started in 1981 and has worked extensively both with the UN and NGOs. He has worked for the Netherlands Volunteer Service and ILO, and has experience working in Nepal, Philippines, Kenya, Somalia, Afghanistan, and he's based in Atlanta, Georgia. And finally, last but not least, we're going to have some video remarks from Suresh Babu. Suresh is Head of Capacity Strengthening here at IFPRI. He was coordinator for its Central Asia program and coordinator for the South Asia initiative and has been involved in institutional capacity strengthening initiatives for over 23 years at IFPRI and beyond. So without further ado, I would like Were to take the floor. He's going to speak for about 20 minutes, followed by the discussants' comments for about 5 minutes each, and then I hope, and I'm sure we're going to have enough time, probably 40-45 minutes for a rich discussion. Were, the floor is yours.